Your future is being shaped by your friends, not your ambition, not your willpower, your circle. Surround yourself with men who wake up early, train hard, and think deeply, and you will rise without even realizing it. But spend your time with men who fear change, who chase distraction, who live for comfort, and you'll slowly sink to their level. Surround yourself with people who force you to level up. Because here's the truth. If you don't choose your circle with precision, your circle will choose your future, and they may be smiling while they sabotage it. Welcome to Deionos, where timeless philosophy becomes a weapon in modern war. If you're tired of soft advice and weaker circles, if you're ready to cut the anchors and rise, like this video, share it with someone who needs to wake up. Subscribe to sharpen your mind, your purpose, and your power. Let's begin. Energy is contagious. So are habits. So are standards. We don't just reflect what we believe. We reflect who we're around. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Your body language, your vocabulary, even your ambition, they're shaped by your environment more than your intention. You say you want to build something, but your friends are laughing at TikToks. You want to be disciplined. They're talking about skipping the gym again. This is how decline begins, not with failure, but with proximity to mediocrity. And it's not just theory, it's biology. Most weak friends don't mean to hold you back. They just want to keep things comfortable. Coco Chanel said, "Don't spend time beating on a wall, hoping it will transform into a door." When you start rising, they don't say stop. They say things like, "Don't overdo it. You're being too intense. You've changed." Of course you've changed. That's the point. But your growth creates tension, not because you're doing something wrong, but because it exposes what they aren't doing. That's when sabotage comes, wearing a friendly smile. Here's the truth. Weak friends keep you small without even realizing it. This is where the crabs in a barrel metaphor comes in. Put 5 crabs in a barrel. The moment one tries to climb out, the others will pull it back down, not out of malice, but instinct. And this is what the modern friend group often becomes, a barrel of good intentions, pulling you down every time you rise. Mark Twain said, "Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect." You're not being held back by enemies. You're being slowed down by people who love comfort more than they love your potential. They don't want you to fail. They just don't want to be reminded that they've already given up. Here's the difference. Weak friends tolerate your weakness. Strong friends challenge it. Weak friends avoid conflict. Strong friends bring it straight to your face. Better the wounds of a friend than the kisses of an enemy. True brotherhood is forged in fire. It sharpens you. It confronts your excuses. It holds you to the highest standard without apology. And most men never experience this because they're too loyal to the wrong ones. Loyal to the guy who mocks discipline. Loyal to the friend who disappears every time you level up. Loyal to the group chat that's become a pit of memes and misery. This isn't brotherhood, it's bondage. Let's make it real. There are 4 types of weak friends you must learn to spot. 1. The emotional vampire. They vent, they dump, they disappear. You are their therapist, not their brother. They feed on your presence, but never grow from your wisdom. 2. The passive influencer. They never challenge you. They never push back, but slowly, they shift your energy toward ease, gossip, and low-level focus. No fights, just slow decay. 3. The enabler. They cheer your worst instincts. They praise your bad habits. They laugh at your excuses and call it love because your failure comforts them. 4. The comfort dealer. They offer dopamine on demand, drinks, distractions, gossip, porn. They fear silence because silence means facing themselves, and if you spend enough time with them, you will forget what excellence feels like. Arthur Schopenhauer said, "A man can be himself only so long as he is alone." Growth demands friction. But if everyone around you is soft, you stay soft. That's why sometimes you must walk alone. Not forever, but long enough to hear your own voice again. Long enough to remember what you want, who you are, what you were building before you got talked out of it. Solitude isn't punishment. It's a purifying fire, and every man chasing mastery must walk through it. Every high performer you admire chose this path. Kobe surrounded himself with killers. Jocko Willink trains with warriors. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself because few around him could keep up. You don't get strong with weak men in your corner. You don't get sharp without friction. You don't become legendary in a group chat full of jokes and junk food. If you want to rise, audit your circle, then cut the weights holding you down. Benjamin Hardy wrote, "You will never rise above the standards of your circle." Look at your circle. Do they push you? Do they challenge your excuses? Do they want you to win? Or do they smile while you slip? Call you obsessed when you evolve, and get quiet every time you speak your vision. This is not about being better than them. It's about being better for you. Because most men don't fail from lack of talent. They fail from loyalty to people who fear their growth. If this video hit your soul, don't just sit with it. Like this video. Share it with a brother who's ready. Subscribe if you're done apologizing for wanting more. And above all, choose the circle that calls you higher, even if that means walking alone. For now. Because weak friends will destroy you, even if they love you. But the right ones, they'll demand your greatness and help you build it. This is Deionos, where timeless philosophy becomes a weapon in modern war. Until I see you next time, stay sharp, stay sovereign,